What up, Soul Tribe? This is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I am here today to do the collective reading for the week of November 25th through December 1st. We are almost to December, guys. Happy Thanksgiving week. I will be getting started on the December generals, which I find very interesting of where they're kind of leading me to this, because it is the last month of the year. And 2019 is about, cleaning up our act and getting rid of all those things that no longer serve us and allowing us to remove these blockages from our lives and remove this baggage so that we can start fresh and allow grateful for all the opportunities that are coming to us in 2020. I'm super excited to see where all these changes are going to go and what Spirit has in store for us. So thank you for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. And if you were my Bab Tribe, you know I love you something serious. And I could not be more thankful for all of you coming into my life and allowing me to be a part of yours. I'm so truly blessed and thankful for every single one of you. So we are going to start with the collective message first, and then we are going to go through each of the elements. So fire, earth, water, and air, no particular order. And I will be keeping track of the timestamps, posting in the comments after the video is done. And if you resonate with me, my energy, or these messages, make sure to give this a thumbs up, share with your friends, drop me a comment, let me know how it resonates with you. And I really wish you all the best of luck. Sending you so much love and blessings, guys. I will say, I'm going to go ahead and timestamp this because I feel like this is going to possibly be something that comes up this week, because it definitely came up for me this morning. But, as we're going through this packing process, listen, we're moving in a week, guys, and I'll let everyone know the first week of December, next week, I will be moving to North Carolina. So I will be taking the first week of December off in order to allow us to go through the transition, get settled before I, get back to work. So please be patient with me through the process. But as we're packing up everything, we came across a letter from my brother's ex, which, they were a very toxic relationship, and my brother has a lot of issues, God bless his heart. But, regardless, I'm not going to sit here and point fingers because I'm pointing at myself. But what it really made me realize is that, during those dark times in my past, which I've always been a good person and a pretty good child, but I'm not perfect. I'm human, and I reacted out of fear and misunderstanding and feeling lost and confused in my life. And, a lot of those past things did come up this morning, like, especially around addiction. Listen, my whole family is full of addicts. And, when I was younger, I didn't fully understand what addiction meant. So I did. I had a lot of things with alcohol, spouts, like phases with pills. And, I've even done ecstasy once, which was not something that I would ever do again. But, it also goes to show that people who are sensitives and empaths, how we come across people who have narcissistic behavior and have fighting their own demons and battling their own addictions. And they like to point the finger in order to take the pressure and the spotlight off of them because they don't want to take accountability for their own actions. So, there were things that I did lie about, that I wasn't so honest when I was going through them. But now I have such an awareness and such a love for myself that I can be completely honest with how I acted in the past. And no, it was not pretty, but the things that were pointed out, which not all of it was true. It was a very manipulated and, the messages that were being said, it just didn't even make sense because none of that ever happened. But the the feeling and the concern behind it was very real. Hey, James, how are you? Um, so, yes, we all go through these spouts, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, but we do have to take accountability for our own actions. And I had to be really honest with myself and my mother this morning about what really happened back then. And listen, I'm not ashamed to say that, yes, when I was coming to the realization that addiction suffered, like, took over my family and their lives and their livelihood. It completely affected everything that they showed up with in life, and how they self-sabotaged a lot. And, you know, I didn't understand then what I was doing, just trying to find an escape, just trying to numb the pain. And I was doing the same thing that they were, just in a different way. Um, so good, James. But listen, this was all a part of the process, and it was part of my healing. And due to the way that my family was acting out, I ended up doing, very similar things in order to stop what I was feeling. I just didn't want to feel that pain anymore. And, some of it was worse than others, but I was not perfect. I am not perfect. I never will be, but I'm more honest with myself. I'm more compassionate and gentle with myself. And I'm so glad that God has led me here. And the fact that I can be honest about my past and the things that I have done that I'm not so damn proud of has led me to this point where I can understand people who have been through similar situations and circumstances that, you know, can get us to this point of releasing this baggage and this pain and this guilt and shame of our past, because listen, it's not your story anymore. And it's really important that we see that for what it is, and the place that all that really took in our lives has gotten us to this point where we can really be honest and accept the role that we played, not only for other people but for ourselves. And it also showed me just how much my stepdad truly loved, like unconditionally loved me, and how he stood up for me. And um just, I mean, I give him so much shit sometimes because he wallows in his own pain, but I saw a different side of that, which I never even knew that this was going on, or that these things were said. And the way that he could talk about this family, and the way that he accepted us and still accepts us when he doesn't have to. And that's what love is. That regardless of the situation, that we can still show up for the people that we love and care about, but also understanding that we are not responsible for fixing other people's lives, but just showing up with love, understanding, compassion, and support. We can really be there for each other and support the family and the souls that we've come into contact with in order to make our lives better. And I'm so proud to have this man in my life, and to know that even when he didn't know the full story, that he was fucking there for me. And I am so grateful to have this man in my life. I mean, I'm getting emotional, but it's really important that we understand anyone who is battling with addictions, whether it be hoarding, shopping, alcohol, drugs, sex, anything that we use to fill a void in our life or to numb the pain that we're feeling. It happens, and it's natural, and it's up to us to make the necessary choice to move out of that energy and choose God, choose love, and choose ourselves, to remove ourselves from the darkness that is trying to hold us down, and let ourselves be free, right? Obsession, fear, guilt, shame, all of that it is so important that we understand the role that it's playing in our lives so that we can transcend. So I really hope that by me sharing this story and really taking a good look at yourself and being honest, like so honest, I hope it gives you a different aspect, because you are not alone on this journey. You are not um, someone who has been the only one that's gone through this. And if you ever need to talk to someone or to, just have a friend there for you, I'm always here for you guys. Okay. Hey, Tanya, how are you? So, yeah, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to these messages, and hopefully it'll resonate with you. But let's get these cards going, right? So, this is going to, yeah. Listen, and see, I knew it was going to have something to do with it. We have the Six of Cups coming out, and this is that reminiscing. I knew the Six of Cups was going to come out. Hey, Karma, how are you? But there's this sense of going back in time, guys, of really looking back on the souls that have come into our lives, that have taught us so much about where we've been and where we're going and where we're at in this present moment. I'm doing really well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. But it also gives us an insight of what we had to leave behind, the people that had to leave us in order for us to look at our own cup and realize all these things that we have been putting our time and energy into that is not fulfilling, that is not good for us and our journey and our well-being. And quit obsessing, quit worrying, and quit having so much fear over the past or the future, because it's in this moment that we get to be truly honest with ourselves about how we feel where we are in this present moment, where we can see that the tides are changing. And we don't have to live in the past, but the past can also bring a lot of information through to make us realize why we have to move, why it's so important to take the necessary steps forward to come back to this agape love, this unconditional love for ourselves and for our journey and for everything that we've been through, that has taught us how to let our cup overflow with the divine nature that God has in store for us, right? And I feel like this is truly that moment forward where all these karmic cycles and this information that's, turning this energy for us is helping us move in a different direction. And it's by us choosing our heart and choosing the love for life that we are able to choose a different direction for us. Hey, Kara. But look at the way that she's looking at this cup. So everything that made you feel unfulfilled, that made you feel like your soul was empty, is coming up for reflection this week, so that you can understand all these things that you had to leave behind, so that you could realize you are full. You are whole. There is nothing missing, and it's not finding the truth, it's uncovering the truth, because your soul already knows. Your soul knows what you want to move towards, and it's time to be honest with what you're feeling. Like, truly process what you are feeling, and don't ignore the flags. Don't ignore the signs and synchronicities that are showing up right in front of you that are saying, hey, either these patterns need to change, or you need to release this baggage and quit feeling shame for your past and understand it's now. The time is now to move in a different direction, because the wheel is changing. The cycles are moving. And it's up to you to release this internal conflict that says you don't have the power, you don't have the words, you don't have the love, or you don't have the capability to receive. I'm telling you, that is your false ego trying to keep you in place. Don't be fearful of this transition, guys, because everything that is coming up for you this week is teaching you more about love and life to help you receive the blessings that God is bringing right to your table. So be grateful. Show gratitude for the souls that have come in and out of your life, no matter how painful or how blissful it is. This is your moment to be honest about these people, these circumstances, and everything that has led you to this moment of, aha, I see it now, right? Trust what your soul is telling you. Let your heart guide the way. And if you feel that you need to move in a different direction, choose yourself. Okay? Choose your life, choose your love, and choose God. The body of Christ is in the dove's mouth. Okay? This is purity, purity of your soul, freedom, choice. Okay? But choosing love over all things. Don't choose fear in this moment. Allow yourself to you so that you can open your heart even more to God's love. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to say? Because here's that new beginning, my friends. What was I saying? Dropping the baggage. All those things that were comfortable and familiar in your past, no matter what your consciousness says. Oh, yeah, you're hanging off the cliff. You better get up before you drop. Nah. It's being in this present moment, seeing all the bliss and the love around you, everything that you have to be grateful for, and move towards what is right in front of your face that says, this feels right. My heart knows what it wants, and it's time for me to get up and take it. Because your feet are already moving in the direction that your heart desires. It's time to trust where you are being led. Allow the baggage to fall, all your earthly belongings. Start over fresh. Zero is not even a number. It is all the cycles that are coming to a close so that you can open up new room in your life to have that harmony that you are looking for. This is a brand new chapter for you. Okay? Don't allow yourself, like when you're in that limbo, right? He's neither here nor there. It's in this moment and trusting yourself and all these things that have been move here, do this, accept this, speak this, all these things that are coming up for you. And yet your fear says, nope, don't do it. Don't say it. You won't be accepted. You won't be understood. You don't have the capability to do this. I can tell you, you do. God would not be putting you in this situation to leave things behind and move forward in a new direction if it wasn't for your highest. So no matter what your fear and your ego and your pride are telling you, it's time to step to the plate because change is good, my friends. We all change. But it's up to you to change for the better or to stay in the past. Okay? Good morning, everyone. Hey, Ellie. Hey, Dewey. Hey, Suzette. Yes, you're so welcome, my dear. All right, so let's see what the theme is for this week, guys. What is the theme? Active. And listen, you know, this is so funny because especially with it being a 4 in this stag here, right? And a lot of my journeys, my shamanic journeys in the past, especially when I started all this work, God has presented himself to me in many different ways, and it's usually through animals because I'm very connected to the animal kingdom. He has shown up as a lion. He has shown up as a stag with this massive rack. And I think Kara is the one that posted yesterday of this beautiful picture of this stag in a field with light snow on the ground and this light shining in the back. And that is exactly how he's presented himself to me before. And yet here he is, giving you the gift of foresight, of true sight. He is opening your third eye so you can start seeing things clearly. And look at all this energy coming from the throat. Truth, okay? And the divine might foretold. So let's see what God has to say to us this morning. And especially with it breaking down to a 4, this is creating stability for your life, creating that solid foundation so that we can move forward more diligently, more securely, and just allowing us to be so grounded in nature that we know we are in the right place. Okay. So here we go, guys. You know what is correct. You know what is correct. You understand that any gain which comes from denying your values and compromising yourself creates a loss of soul. There are negative repercussions. Life can seem unfair if you limit yourself to a strictly human perspective, yet nothing escapes the attention of the spiritual worlds. Restorative action and balancing fairness is always in action at a higher level, according to divine timing and wisdom. Stay true to your integrity, put faith in divine justice, and you will win in a way that brings benefit to many. Don't let yourself down with behavior or attitudes that are unworthy of you. You have dignity within you and a right to be in the world with dignity, grace, and integrity. Whether in a small matter of apparent insignificance to anyone other than yourself, or in big matters where you feel your soul and perhaps the souls of others are on the line, integrity will be your saving grace. You can be kind of heart, but also firm as you refuse to allow anyone or anything to convince you that lowering your standards of acceptable behavior is warranted. Be in the right relationship with yourself and the divine. Justice will always be done whether you see it happening or not. Put your faith in the good and true, and you will successfully continue on your path. Others are relying on you to be true to yourself more than you may realize. You are strong enough to live with honor. Okay? Honor yourself, honor your process, honor your journey, honor all those things that you feel you shouldn't have done, but you did. It's a part of the process. And because you did these things that you might not be so proud of in the past, it's teaching you to relate to those people who are in the student role, because we're all students and teachers, right? And we have to stay in that energy because no one knows it all. We are all just going through life with our own experience, and it's our experiences that help us connect to our soul tribe and the people who have been through similar situations and resonate with our energy, where we're going to get some real fucking work done, guys. Okay? Just saying. Because we moving. We moving, guys. All right. So, all right. So what element do y'all want to start with? All right, water signs are up first. So Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What is going on this week? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I can't make this shit up, guys. Did that card right? No one in your life that has done you wrong is getting away from what has been done. And this is why we have to live with integrity, when we have to live with honor and holding ourselves accountable and taking responsibility for our shit, and live with love, live with forgiveness and compassion for everything that's coming through. Because, yeah, you might have given to people who, you know, felt that you needed to, or, you know, were trying to help fix someone that didn't necessarily want to be. Now it's like getting to this point of finding the difference between support and enabling, and there is no more enabling. No one is getting away out of this world without being truly judged. And it's, I hate to say the word judge, because listen, no matter what, karma's real. Whether it be instant or later in this life or in another life, justice will always be served. Okay, so don't worry about that. But it's up to you to forgive yourself and start making the necessary changes, whether that be the way that you're acting with people in your life or acting within your own life. Make sure that it is just and true to divine order, right? When you know that you are in alignment and you are in touch with yourself and you're living and acting out of love, then you have nothing to worry about, right? It's balancing out the scales. Some of you might be dealing with the fire sign, Queen of Wands. But this could also be realizing that you have that power, you have that magic within you. And some of you could be realizing the opportunity when you realize your own power of just how much you can accomplish, right? Standing firm in your power and standing firm with your boundaries and knowing that you don't always have to say yes. You don't always have to say no. It's about staying in a middle ground and realizing what is best for you and for the highest good of all, right? When you take care of yourself, then you're able to take care of other people and you will be aligned with the people that truly want your help, but don't rely on you to live their life, okay? You have a very strong, my beautiful water signs. There might be people or yourself that are super guarded against people coming in, feeling like, especially victim mentality. If it's, and again, these are general readings, if it's you or someone else that's living in victim mentality, it's up to each individual to realize that they're choosing victim mentality, which none of us are a victim of our circumstances, right? It's giving us the opportunity to transmute and move past. Because listen, I'm not saying that the things that we have been through aren't painful, that they aren't unjust, because they are. But these things aren't happening to us to punish us or to elude us from love or truth. It's strictly there to help us understand what it means to go from pain and traumatic history to transmuting all of this into love, forgiveness, compassion, and setting our sights on a more beautiful future so that we don't repeat the same cycles that have been keeping us in pain or victim mode, right? There's a lot of fire coming out for water signs. And I feel like it's like watching people walk away. And listen, the people that have walked away from you, especially my beautiful water signs, because listen, you are an amazing person. You are amazing energy. And the people that have walked away from you didn't really feel confident in doing so, but it was necessary for their growth and their journey to learn to stand on their own 2 feet, right? And I feel like it was just a matter of needing to go in separate directions so that they could find their own happiness, trusting in divine timing, tending to their own garden. So whether this resonates with you or someone else, this is what's coming up for you this week. Don't look at the people who have left you behind or had to move in a different direction as someone abandoning you. This was giving you the opportunity to see your worth, see your beauty, and realize that you are not responsible for anyone else's happiness. This is for you and for you to share, right? With the 7 of Pentacles being here, it's like, trusting in that process. The more that you tend to your own garden, the more that you tend to the abundance in your life and showing gratitude and hard work, dedication, and due diligence towards this process of transmuting and ascending and, all these things that go into this journey, you realize that it's you can't get out without going in. Okay? Facing the shadows, using your GPS, your heart center to guide the way home, which is here, is with the God center that, is leading the way, and that is right within our heart. The heart will not lead you astray. And I was having this conversation yesterday with Mom. It's like, she goes, well, when it comes to, my brother, she used to battle all the time with, his behaviors. He's almost 40, guys, still living the same lifestyle and can't get out of his own way. And, it comes a time where we have to realize that we are not responsible and there's nothing that we can do, because all we've ever done is try to love, support, encourage, guide and all these things. But it came to the point of enabling, and she had to let go of that. And she goes, well, when my heart says don't let go, but my head says, that this is no good for you, this isn't healthy, and you need to let go. And I was like, I think you got it twisted, because the heart always wants what's best for you, right? What is for your well-being. It's when your mind starts coming in and says, oh, well, you're a bad mom if you let go, or you're giving up on your son, or these kind of things. And we end up convincing ourselves that if we allow someone to be accountable for their own actions, then we're not doing our job. And that's not the truth. That's not the truth. We all have to hold ourselves accountable, and every person in our life has to have a healthier lifestyle. Then you can't hold on or force someone to come with you. You will find your tribe. You will find your family. Family is not, just because they're blood does not mean that they're the best for you. You will align yourself with the people who truly understand and appreciate you. Okay? No, I have not, Karma. I'm just getting started. But you will be guided to the people who are going to nourish your soul. And it's up to you to decide if that's really what you. So let's see what the theme is for water signs. Medicine of the butterfly kachina. On wings of hope, butterfly kachina guides you through an ending to the light of a new life within. I cannot make this, guys. Like, I cannot make this up. Okay? If you did not hear everything that I just said after this, please rewatch, especially if you're catching the replay. Really listen to what they're saying to you. It is your transition into a happier time, 10 of Cups, of an increased pleasure and delight, especially if you have experienced great struggle or loss. The spirit medicine of butterfly brings hopeful promise to your heart. Here is your sign that there will be happiness, peace, and light. Trust in the goodness being birthed. An apparently lost cause or shattered dream was a necessary part of your transformational journey. What was sacrificed can be reborn into something even more beautiful. You are not meant to turn to the past, as it cannot support you in the way it once did. Trust that you have the inner resources to handle what is happening within you and in your life. You are moving towards a significant psychological, emotional, and perhaps also physical breakthrough and transformation. You have an inner sense of discomfort, signaling that something new is unfolding within. It is natural to initially feel a little awkward or uncertain in the face of the unfamiliar. This is a good sign of change stirring from within. Allow nature to take its course. Trust in what is happening, even whilst you don't fully understand it. It will turn out beautifully in the end, which will also happen to be a new beginning. Beautiful. So listen up, water signs. All right, guys. I really hope that helps. All right. They want to do air signs. All right. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What is going on? Oh, Ace of Cups, man. Woo! Y'all are coursing. I can feel it. All right. We have the Emperor. Some of you could be dealing with Aries or have Aries in their chart. The Three of Pentacles. All right. We have the High Priestess on the bottom. Queen of Cups. The Justice. Again, 10 of Cups, guys. Like, listen, this is beautiful. I feel like someone is being completely honest about how they feel. You know, especially a feminine energy here, Queen of Cups, taking the lid off the emotions and being completely transparent. I do feel that this week is all about that self-love, new love, choosing divine love over things that were comfortable and familiar in the past, taking authority and action and working towards something that is a healthy partnership that's going to lead to the 10 of Cups energy. So I feel like with the collective message that's coming through, it's about realizing the patterns within relationships where maybe there wasn't a lot of love and support, and this is something that you chose in the past, but now it's having a new respect for self and a new respect for life, and knowing that it is up to you to choose what you align with and owning that. Going through all the motions and getting to this point of conquering your own life, okay? You are what you align with. So now it's time to understand that all these things that you felt were set in stone, all this time and energy that you put into relationships that may not have been healthy for you in the past, this is done. It's time to you to really like reflect back on these things and realize, like, just because it was set in stone then doesn't mean that there isn't a new door opening up for you. Admire, process, and look at it for what it is. But there are healthy people that want to align with you, that want the best for you, that are willing to put in the effort, put in the work, and show you the love that you so deserve. But you have been through it, right? You don't get to the Emperor without going through some major shit, right? It's like going through all these wars and battles, whether it be external or internal, but it all leads you to the Ace of Cups, which is that agape love, unconditional love. It is literally being handed to you on a platter. Will you choose your own heart? Will you choose your own love? Will you choose divine love over love that is toxic, unhealthy, one-sided, uh, with codependent behaviors and, feeling like you're responsible for someone else's well-being instead of them taking responsibility for their own life? Love is natural, guys. If we just allow it to be what it is and quit trying to fight what we're feeling, then we can fully express, receive, and allow what God has in store for us, because they are trying to align us with the people who mean our heart well. We got to get out of our own way first, right? Use your intuition. Listen to what you are being guided to. You have this inner knowledge that is going to unveil the secrets of the universe for you and why everything has been coming out the way that it's coming out. And all these things that you felt you didn't have the answers to are being presented to you by downloaded information. It is your internal instinct. It is your gut. It is your heart saying, you know what steps you need to take. And now it is time to take the lid off and be honest with your emotions, own your emotions, and be what love is and means to you. either way, you are sitting on a throne because you are royalty. You are the best and most aligned person that can be honest with self. No one else can tell you what you are feeling. You have to be able to process this on your own and say, I've been lying to myself. Maybe haven't been so honest with what I'm really feeling. And the reason I feel so much discomfort is because I've been living a lie for my truth to be heard. I'm ready for my truth to be exposed. I'm ready for my heart to be set free. I'm ready for these emotions to come out because I know there are greater things waiting for me. I have family, soul family waiting for me to come home, to accept myself and my rightful place in this world, and to shine my bright light wherever it may need to be seen, because you are a beacon for hope. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Face your shadows, face your fears, and transcend and shed any layers of self that are no longer serving your highest good, and understand that you deserve the best. But it's only by going within and being honest with yourself that you will be able to be guided in the right direction. Yeah, that's when, Liza, that's when you're receiving information. It can also be an upgrade. Spirit is trying to talk to you. It can also be what I call, when your soul hears something and it resonates as truth. Usually I'll get the ringing in my ears. But it's usually information being downloaded. Your soul is accepting it, and you're hearing the frequency changes. Yeah. A lot of people think that it's I can't remember the term for it, but it's not a health issue. I can promise you that. Usually people who have clairaudience have a lot of ringing in their ears. So it's really important to pay attention to what you're hearing, what you're experiencing. Yes, tinnitus, and what it feels like when these frequency changes start happening for you. All right. So what's the theme? Thank you. 11. Okay. So especially with the number 11, some of you could be, on a twin flame journey or walking through a portal, and the way of the divine feminine is being revealed. So whether you are divine feminine or divine masculine, the truth is being revealed about these connections. Okay. Yes. Very good, guys. Yes, and that Kara has a very good point. If your ears are ringing and you feel like you're not getting the message loud and clear, you can tell them to slow it down, or, go into meditation, raise your vibration. They'll meet you in the middle, and then that way you can process the information more clearly, okay? All right, way of the divine feminine revealed. The divine feminine yearns to reveal her way and her wisdom to you, that you may live passionately and purposefully. As you trust her inner guiding voice, you recognize the authentic desires and visions that move you from within, that are the seeds of your sacred mission. You shall experience the clarity and soul deep relief that only truth can bring. You shall experience a knowing of purpose that awakens your ability to live deliberately and experience deep fulfillment. Ayana vision is the blossoming awareness of your life purpose and true inner passion. You are being lovingly pushed to admit to your authentic and most passionate soul yearnings. What did I tell you? Okay. Becoming bold with honesty, what means so much to you that you are willing to give up all that you have held on to out of fear so that it may be. What matters enough to you that you would symbolically die and be reborn, with all the endings and uncertainties such growth entails. so that your dream can become real. Don't turn away from your yearning out of fear, practicality, or any other excuse to replace faith with doubt. Your truth acknowledged will bring you peace, even if admitting it also means facing the personal transformation required to bring that truth to life in your world. When it is truth, it is healing. Embrace it. Wow. Y'all are amazing. I wish y'all the best. Where are we at? Okay. So, earth signs. All right. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Hey, Danny. Oh, thank you, Tanya. Hey, Melissa. So we have the Magician coming out for earth signs. This is a good week for manifesting from a beautiful Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Okay, there's a lot of new beginnings being presented to you, especially when it comes to the process of acknowledging and accepting the healing process to come to your own truth. Okay, it's about being compassionate towards this cycle of rebirth too, because you thought that there was a death, a cycle that was ending, and it's just in the process of being reborn, I'm hearing. Okay, I feel like there's something in your life that you have been mourning or thought that you needed to mourn, and now you're going to be seeing the effects of this process and how everything's coming full circle for you. All right, what's going on with earth signs? Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Whoa. Okay. Got a lot. Got a lot going on. All right. Okay. Oh, man. I'm getting so many messages right now. I feel like, especially the divine feminines have finally accepted their rightful place. Okay. With the Empress being here, you're realizing that you are the one that's birthing all these new creations and opportunities for your life. You realize that that phase of your life that you were mourning, a new one is now beginning because you've accepted your rightful place, and you know abundance is on its way. Now, I do feel like whatever process was being mourned, okay, there was someone that walked away in the past, someone who was not very honest, sneaky, lying, and catching themselves up because they weren't looking where they were going, right? This is someone that's always looking over their shoulder, not being completely honest with the baggage that they were carrying, and not really looking where they were going. Okay, but now with the Hierophant coming back in, this is, and this does represent Taurus, but I feel what is truly happening here is someone that walked away, and something that you were mourning in the past is now coming back around because you have accepted your divine feminine energy. You have accepted your role in this connection, and now a new commitment is coming in, and they're not walking away. It's like they're really having to face their own behavior. Okay, they're having to really stand in the energy that they brought into this mix in the past, and now they're being faced with the truth of their actions. The doors have been unlocked, I'm hearing. Okay, there's information that's coming through, and they're having to really take a good look at the behavior because I feel like karma is kind of coming into play. So everything that they did to you, they're getting tenfold right now. And now they're realizing, like, what have I done? I should have never walked away from this, but they had to in order for both of you to go through this process, because the pain, the fear, and the agonizing, the I want to say agonizing truth, they had to sit with that. They had to process that and report it. And, again, grieved the ending of this relationship, this process. And now with the Two of Wands, it's like you're at this crossroads, but now you're choosing to support each other because the weight of the world can be heavy. But when you're aligned with the person that has your heart and you have theirs, and you know you're divinely connected for a reason, you can support each other in carrying this weight together. You don't have to hold all this weight by yourself. And this person is finally coming in and saying, like, listen, I get it. I get it. Look at the way they're looking at each other. I'm going to help you. I'm going to support you. We are going to do this together. And I commit to this journey. I commit to this connection. Someone's coming in with some truth. Okay. King of Pentacles. Maybe they just worked their way through it and felt like they were putting too much time, because especially with the Knight of Wands energy, someone was coming in and out of your life because they were holding on to their past, and now things are being wiped out because they were living in illusions, and now they're seeing the truth. They're seeing the truth. They could have been partying and realized that they didn't really give this the right chance due out of fear. Okay, but there's communication coming in this week about past behaviors and walking away from something that they don't want to walk away from anymore. The truth is being revealed. Okay, so what's the theme for the earth signs? I'll have to go back and check the air signs because I don't think I wrote down the timestamps. Okay, so there's quite a bit going on. And this really does make a lot of sense with what I was just talking about. Okay, so you needed this grieving process, this rest, right? The Four of Swords energy to create. She rests to create. Your energy is a precious resource, and there are ways of being that can enhance it, amplifying it, and replenishing it. Give yourself sufficient rest, and you shall find the way forward more effortless. Explore the lifestyle that grows your inner resources rather than requiring constant exertion and exhaustion to accomplish an endless list of external pursuits. You need this shift in being now because you are ready to accomplish more. For this to take place, there needs to be less effort and more wisdom. Trust and value what can be accomplished through rest. So this is something you were probably like, that's outside of you, trying to control, putting in way too much effort, and then it just kind of came to a stop. It came to a halt. And it's like, you were putting way too much time and energy into something that was out of your control, and it had to stop in order for both of you to rest, recoup, and realign. Okay, and especially with the star of Venus being here. So let's see what she has to say, which Venus is all about relationships and love. Shikasa, the star of Venus, supports an inner shift to higher consciousness. Whether or not you consider yourself to be financially skillful, part of your sacred power and purpose includes the healing of economic and financial matters in your own life and the world. You were meant to experience abundance, creating and sharing prosperity from a place of inner spiritual security. A healing liberation from poverty consciousness allows the universe to work through you more easily without the obstruction of negative conditioning. So there could have been a lot of negative conditioning that was being placed on this relationship or situation in your past, and it really you by taking this break and taking this pause, it helped you realize that you were chasing something to fill a void and you were trying to manipulate or control a situation that was out of your control. So it's leading you to more abundance within self and within life. So financial healing is indicated. Let go of fear and trust unconditionally that the universe is supporting you. So this could also have to deal with faith, trusting and having faith in the situation. What brings you a sense of joy, purpose, and passionate devotion? So moving back into alignment of what is best for you and what brings your heart joy. Focus on that. Believe in your stability to thrive by being and expressing your authentic self. Notice how you relax into the flow more easily. Attract what you need when you acknowledge that the universe wants you to flourish through being you. Focus on putting your beautiful beliefs out into the world, not in consuming the negativity or fear of others. Give of your spirit abundantly. Nothing is beyond the reach of divine assistance. Trust in this, and you can fulfill your purpose of being a positive influence in this world. And then honor the light. Wow, guys, this is big. 43. Okay. You are a light bearer. Your sole purpose is to redress the presence of darkness on this planet through shining light. You are meant to do this in the ways that feel most uplifting to you. What brings brightness to your spirit? Do those things. How can you create a loving legacy to remind others of the light, exploring and expressing the light in ways that remind others to seek the light too? Is a way to fulfill your divine destiny. Your light is powerful. Use it. People around you, perhaps even you, can sometimes get caught up in the troubles of the world and forget to focus on the light and their own creative power. Gently but persistently remind yourself and others to ask for divine help. This can be done according to each individual's belief system. Prayers will be answered. Focus on the light at specific moments during each day. Place sacred objects in your line of vision so that you see them and remember the light often. You are a light worker, light bearer, one who is divinely designed to receive and transmit light for the benefit of humankind and Mother Earth. You have more influence in situations to bring about divine conclusions than you may realize. Don't be afraid to use your light in all possible ways. So, listen, the reason why you had to grieve and process this space between you and someone else was so that you can remember who the fuck you are. And you are a beautiful light being that is here to transform this world and your life and those lives of others. So can you really be mad? Nah. All right. So, okay, guys. Fire signs. And I did air, right? I'm not just tripping on that. I did air signs, right? You're so welcome, Ella. Good. Awesome. All right. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you, Tanya. All right. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What is going on? All right. So, okay. So, fire signs. What I am seeing is that someone in your life is bringing awareness to certain, and whether they tell you or it is a trigger or a circumstance comes up to make you realize how you've been blocking yourself. That is what I am seeing. Okay, with the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Wands here, I feel like this is kind of telling you that there have been a lot of circumstances where you have not been seeing things clearly. You have been mentally imprisoning yourself out of fear, and doubt is really what I'm hearing. There's a lot of doubt with the fire signs, okay? And no matter what, I feel like there's been a self and your environment, and it's like constantly being on guard when it comes to any sort of opportunities that may bring up some old pain, right? Because especially with the 3 of Swords being here, like this is something that you've been working on for a long time, of processing, of healing, and laying down these burdens because you're tired of carrying the bullshit. But I feel like no matter what offer is being handed to you, there's always this fear, this doubt that's attached to it, and you're constantly like overweighing the options due to the the past. It's that wounded warrior feeling guarded all the time, not really sure how to move forward in the situation, even if you feel like this could be a good opportunity. It's like you talk yourself out of it and try to find some loophole or some way that it's not going to work out in your favor. But this is a huge process for you because it's making you realize how many opportunities have been passed up due to you staying stuck in your past or fear of your past, right? So listen, you don't get the star without going through some major shit. And this has been a huge enlightening process for you of going within and looking for the answers, that you can't find outside of self, right? So I feel like whether this is someone that is coming into your environment that is triggering you, and then it's like remembering these patterns and transmuting that energy, or if it's someone that might just be like, hey, do you remember that time? And then it triggers all these memories, right? And then you're like, oh, that's why I do this, right? It's going to be a circumstance similar to that. And then you're going to realize how you have not really been seeing things as clearly as you thought you were, and how it, I feel like this is going to be that person or this circumstance that is going to help release you from the bondage that has been kind of keeping you withheld from your truth, and why you've been so resistant or outwardly like protective of your life and the opportunities that are being presented to you, especially with the strength card being here. I feel that this is really learning to uh, trust, acknowledge, and see the primal instincts for survival, and coming in with more of this. I feel like this person really does love and care about you, and this person was placed in your environment and in your path for a reason to help you see things from a different perspective, but from a loving way, because they want you to let go of this pain. They want you to let go of the baggage you've been carrying from your past. And it's helping you see that this instinct for survival is not necessarily healthy for your present or your future. And with the Queen of Swords, it's also helping you realize where you might even be a little cold towards new opportunities, or maybe not completely honest with how you really want these blessings, right? You're calling them in. You want them to come towards you, but when they show up on your doorstep, it's you got your sword ready, you know what I'm saying? And now you're seeing this transformation from a different perspective so that you can cut out the actual behaviors that are keeping you blocked from accepting what is rightfully yours, right? Because the universe is knocking. It's up to you to open the door and let them in. So let's see what the theme is for fire signs. I see a What don't you understand? Was that not clear? All right. So guardian of the Amukawa 24. Listen to it if it doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense to you, it is a general reading, so don't force it. It might not be your message this week, and that's perfectly fine, okay? No matter how compelling an experience of challenge, darkness, or defeat may seem, you have divine protection and the promise of safe passage through to the dawn. You will see and hear truth of the light. You shall not be alone on this journey. Soul guides now help you find your true north. See, someone is being presented to you, or a situation that is being presented to you that is going to help you see the truth. Soul guides now help you find your true north, and that is by removing and releasing these patterns and behaviors that have been blocking you from accepting the blessings in your life. If you have been proceeding along a dangerous path, even unknowingly, Peyu will navigate you safely away from evil and ill wishing, guiding you back to your higher purpose and sacred path. Information that may have been hidden for a time will come to light. I told you. There is a guiding intelligence assisting you safely through a situation in your life that is otherwise confusing or dangerous for you. There are divine powers helping you in all situations to do with battles, unfairness, or injustice, whether you are consciously aware of these things or not. Trust in the signs that you see, and especially in the truth that you hear, sometimes beneath what is actually being said. The accuracy of your insights and perceptions are heightened at this time. Amukawa in Hawaiian refers to venerable ancestors. This oracle also indicates that loved ones on the other side are sending you love and assistance and are receiving your prayers and intentions for your own healing. So yeah, guys, listen, you are being fully supported and guided through this transition so you can understand the truth of what is holding you back from accepting the blessings in your life. So be aware, be conscious, look at it for what it is, and allow yourself to just be clear with your intentions. If you're ready to let it go, let it go. But if it needs more work and it needs process, or you need help working through these things, like, listen, that is what I am here for. If you, and I'm just going to tell you guys too, if you are ready, if you are truly ready to take the leap, you want to heal, you want to expand, you want to grow into your truest self, finding the soul that is waiting to be expressed. If you feel like there are blockages or patterns that you're having a hard time working through and you need help, you need guidance, that's what I'm here for. I do personal sessions, one-on-one, even 4-week courses that are like a fast track ascension program. So if you are interested in that, please reach out to me, especially before 2020, guys, because listen, 2020 is going to be a whole different ball game. So get prepared now. You only have a month left, and don't stand in your way. Okay, because there are people who care about you, that support you, and want you to be the best version of yourself. So allow yourself to let go of these baggages, let go of the conditionings and fear, and allow yourself to shine, baby, because you deserve it. Okay, so with that being said, I love you guys so much. I'll be posting the timestamps in the comment section after this uploads. So I love you guys. I love you so much. And I just feel my love, y'all. Feel my love. But yeah, I wish you all the very best. Take care of yourselves this week. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.